Good morning, YouTube. Yeah, so we find ourselves out and about again, and this morning it is testimony time. Something that I've been sat on for about 5 years. Um, at the beginning of the last Pandi, I had a spiritual experience, not a dream, but one night I went to bed, and as soon as I closed my eyes, I was shot at the speed of light in the spirit to heaven. And I don't know what part of heaven I was in, and at first I didn't really know where I was, but when I landed, all I couldn't see figures, but all I could see were beams of light, like blinding white beams of light around me. And I could hear a singing, and I knew instantly it was the angels singing, and they were praising the Lord, but to a point which was unhumanly, shall we say. It wasn't a praise which I've heard on earth. You can imagine a praise which times it by 1,000 and it still won't come near to it. And it was like they just started that second. And as us Christians know, that is how, in the throne room especially, I think it's the seraphim and other angels, that's how they worship the Lord, always. And it was so powerful. I couldn't see the angels, all I could see was bright beaming white lights. And it was the songs and the frequencies were unworldly, like so beautiful. And it was that loud and powerful, this praise, that it started to come through me, through my own spirit, and out of me I was singing with them, praising God. So I knew where I was at this point. And the scene changed, and because I now know where I am, I'm in some realm of heaven. I say to God, and I can't see you, but I know where I am. I know that I'm with you. Is there anything that, before I go back, is there anything that I need to see? Or anything I need to know? Is there like a warning for me personally, basically? Is there anything that I'm doing wrong or I need to be doing? And I wanted to ask him whilst I knew that I was in his presence. And then the scene changed again, and I saw like it was like a black background, and what I could only explain would be the finger of God wrote about 3 or 4 lines in, it was either Aramaic or ancient Hebrew. It was one or the other. I can't 100% say. I've tried time and time again to work it out, but they're quite similar. And about 3 or 4 sentences was wrote out with the finger of God, I believe, in front of me in this realm, in this spiritual realm. But I have no idea what that said. Even to this day, I've tried to search, and the only thing that I can come up with is that he was maybe writing me in at that point to the book of life, or to show me that I was saved. I don't know. I can't, unless it's something to come in the future. We shall see. But yeah, and then at the speed of light, I shot forward, like no G-force whatsoever, just like literally like the speed of light, faster than anything on this planet. I shot forward, and I come to a complete stop still, and I look to my right, and there's a shelf. This is all I can see. Everything else is just faded out. A shelf, and on that shelf was a glass. It was like half between, it was like a glass basically, like a tumbler, wide tumbler glass, filled with dirt, and on top of it laid a shot, what they use for the jabby jab. And this was at the beginning of the last Pandi. I'm calling it that for obvious reasons. I'm not sure what you can or can't say. But it was up on a shelf, as if to say, there's more to come. And that's what I believe. Even then, I thought, this isn't it. This is some kind of test. There's going to be another, which is going to be far worse. I believed at that point, and that was right at the very beginning of the first one, 5 years ago. And I've sat in that testimony, and I was, without a shadow of a doubt, I was with the Lord, and I was in a heavenly realm. I don't know, like Paul says in the Bible, I don't know if it was a vision or as if my spirit actually left my body, but it felt as real as I'm sat here, and I remember it all in detail. It was nothing like a dream. The worship, the place itself, the beams of brightness you don't get on this planet. It was, yeah, it was an amazing feeling, and I knew I was going to be sent back. So I just asked God, you know, what is there anything I need to know while I'm in your presence? That's what I said, exactly that. And he didn't speak, and I couldn't see him, and he just shot me at the speed of light to this shelf where that's what I saw. I believe, from doing a bit of research, I believe the dirt represents the soil, which is what we're made up of, so the earth, the people, and obviously, but I didn't understand what he was showing me. And 3 times, I nearly forgot this bit, but 3 times when I came out of the dream, I went back in 2 more times to show me that very end bit. So, you know, who's to say? But I do believe that there's more to come, and we Christians know that we are in the end times, and you know, things are changing fast. There's a spiritual shift. You can feel it. You felt it at the beginning of the last Plan D, shall we call it. There has been a spiritual shift, and it seems like things are speeding up. Everything's getting worse. The sin is getting worse. Good is becoming evil. Evil is becoming good, just as the Bible said. The place is getting wild. So we are definitely in the end times. And the mark of the beast, we've got to come. So all these things are coming together. The cashless society they're pushing for, the transhumanism, the chips, all this, and obviously what we previously went through is all signs, and obviously the wars and things like that, it's all signs that the Bible speaks of are in the end times. And there will be a tribulation, the last 7 years, I believe, what the Bible speaks of too, where things will get really bad. And I believe that it's going to be in my lifetime. I really do believe that. I think a lot of Christians, or who would confess as Christians, are all going to have to make a real serious decision. You know, they're really going to have to choose, because if this system does come into play and the mark of the beast and the Antichrist is here, we will have to make a decision. My decision's already made. I'm dying for the Lord, and that's it. If that's the way I've got to go, that's the way I've got to go. But I don't think there's going to be an easy way out. I really don't. And the Bible tells us that, you know, we're not here to be spoiled and, you know, have an easy life. We're here, you know, we suffer. We're persecuted on a level I think today is getting close to how it was back then in certain countries. And yeah, crazy times we're living in, but I would just think we should all be ready for anything in these last days. But as a unit, if we stay unified, if Christians come together and stay unified, we've done 3,000 years and we're still at the top of the tree. And if we do that, we can carry on and push back and hopefully hold it off as long as possible. You know, we've got kids, grandkids coming through. But yeah, it's kind of in our hands and kind of out of our hands too, but we can always do what us Christians can do, and we can always pray. I think it's in prayer, that's where the real changes happen. That's where spiritual warfare shifts, in prayer, for sure. I know that personally. So yeah, just wanted to share that testimony really, and strike while the iron's hot. It's been 5 years sat there, so yeah, I'll leave it with you. If anyone has anything that they want to reach out for, my email's on the bottom of YouTube. Just drop me a line. Peace and love and blessings and favour to each and every one of you. God bless you all. Bye bye.